Hello everyone, welcome to Lukmaan IAS. My name is Laxmikant. I am senior faculty at Lukmaan IAS for Geography, Environment and Internal Security. In this particular session, we are trying to understand what is geography as a discipline for UPSC examination, its weightage in prelims as well as mains examination, its syllabus, and we will see some examples of questions from prelims as well as mains examination. Along with that, we will try to understand how we should study for geography subject for prelims as well as mains examination, and in the end I will tell you how we approach at Lukmaan IAS in teaching geography. Okay, so the learning outcomes of this session will be, first of all, what is geography, why geography is important subject in UPSC examination. Here we will understand the weightage that UPSC gives in prelims and mains examination. We will do the trend analysis briefly. What is the syllabus of geography in prelims and mains examination? Briefly I will tell you, and along with that I will mention the areas where UPSC focuses in prelims and mains. What is the nature of questions asked? I will give you some examples, especially this year's 2022 prelims examination. I have selected some examples and we will discuss those questions briefly. And finally, how we are going to learn geography at Lukmaan IAS. Okay, so first of all, what is geography? Now, we all have learned about geography in school level. We generally understand that geography is everything that surrounds us. It is the study of our surrounding simply, but this is not the scientific definition. So, what is the scientific definition of geography? It is nothing but the scientific study of the landforms on the Earth's surface and humans' relationship with its environment. So, talking about the definition, geography is the science that studies features of the earth and its connection to the people and environment. But what are the different branches that are there in geography? So, in general, there are two major, broader branches of geography: physical geography and human geography. In physical geography, as the name suggests, we learn about the physical features on the earth's surface. And this is also, we can say that, part of both prelims and mains examination. We will talk about the syllabus separately, but this is purely static in nature largely, and we learn about different geomorphic processes, the landforms, the endogenic and exogenic forces that are acting on the surface and resultant landforms. Here we will also learn about the climate and the oceanography and all those subjects that are part of physical geography. The second branch largely deals with human and its interaction with the nature, or we can say how human actions are impacting the landforms, or we can say that how the landforms or resources are being used by the human. So, isme economic, cultural and political geography, including demographic geography. Okay, the population attributes we talk about, all these are part of human geography. So, yes, you should understand these are the broader areas of geography. Now, first we will also talk about here that the number of questions and marks that are asked in the mains examination. From this we will understand the importance of geography in mains examination. So, geography is included in which part of our syllabus? GS1 paper. It is one of the module in GS1 paper along with history and society part. Okay, and out of 250 marks in the GS1 paper, you can see that since 2017 onwards, the trend 100 marks are consecutively given. So, this is, we can say that, the predictable part in the mains examination, that 100 marks out of 250 are given to geography section. Even the number of questions are fixed: 4 questions 10 marks, 4 questions 15 marks, total 100 marks. Okay, so this is the area where if we give appropriate inputs, the output will be there in terms of marks. This is the mains trend. 100 marks आपके जो है geography से depend करता है. Talking about the prelims, the trend we can see here is there are varying number of questions asked. 2013 से हमने ये trend दिखाया है यहाँ पर. So, initially the questions were around 16, 18 and thereafter in between उन्होंने कम किए थे, but now you can see that 14, 15 on an average are the questions asked. This year also they asked 15 questions from the geography, And you should also know within these 15 questions, the nature of distribution 9 questions were from the mapping section. You should know analysis so that you are preparing in the right direction. Okay, so next year also we can expect that UPSC will continue this trend and ask more questions from the mapping section. So you can see that geography is one such subject where the consistent weightage is given in the prelims examination also. So it is scoring subject and one cannot, we can say, keep it as an option in prelims study, right? Now, look at the syllabus. Main syllabus in GS1 paper and prelim syllabus for geography. I will give emphasis on certain topics on the basis of analysis where in which areas of syllabus UPSC has focused more. Broader 4 areas are there in mains examination. India's physical geography, world's physical geography including India. Distribution of key natural resources. This is first one, this is second one, and third is, we can say, location of industries, and fourth is important geophysical phenomenon. Now UPSC has given highest weightage till the date for this area, geophysical phenomenon. Every year minimum 2 questions are asked from this. Thereafter the weightage is given to distribution of resources and industries, and yes, thereafter we can say 1 or 2 questions are generally asked from the physical geography part. But in reverse, in prelims examination more weightage is given to physical geography and less weightage is given to economic and social comparatively, we can say. So this is how UPSC balances. In prelims largely the concept based questions are asked in the or concept and applied based, mapping based questions are asked from the physical geography aspect. In mains largely the economic geography is focused and we can say natural hazards or these geophysical phenomenon including, let's say, climate change aspect here. Understood? So likewise preparation should also have input in the major areas where UPSC asks questions. This is what we do here at Lukmaan IAS. And some examples of questions from the prelims, this year's prelims, the way UPSC asks question. So look at this question. Pairs are given, locations are given, and mountains, peaks and mountains are given. Look at the names, they are, we can say, from the static part of mappings. ठीक है, static part है, ये current affairs से नहीं है. Okay, and there is no applied nature of question, simply if you know, if you know. ठीक है, तो ये जो क्वेश्चंस है, नामचा बरवा, it is there in Arunachal Pradesh. When we learn NCERT, we easily identify these names. नामचा बरवा पीक जहां से ब्रह्मपुत्रा takes the downturn, जो हम बोल सकते हैं वहां से एंटर करती है इंडिया में ब्रह्मपुत्रा. Then Nanda Devi, it is there in Uttarakhand, Kumaon Himalaya. This is correct. Nokrek, we know that it is in Meghalaya, not in Sikkim Himalaya. This is incorrect. तो एक जनरली अवेयर स्टूडेंट जो है एनसीईआरटी पढ़ने के बाद ये इजीली मार्क कर सकता है दैट आंसर इज 2 ओनली बिकॉज हियर वी आर आस्क्ड करेक्टली मैच्ड क्वेश्चंस. तो ऐसे सिंपल बेसिक क्वेश्चन, वन ऑफ द टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चन व्हिच कैन बी एड्रेस्ड फ्रॉम द एनसीईआरटी. नाउ लुक एट दिस. द टर्म लैवेंट ऑफन हर्ड इन न्यूज roughly corresponds to which of the following region? Often heard in news, that means it is frequently in news. That's why current affairs. Current affairs से जो places in news होता है, world mapping as well as India. So it is asked, and yes, we also in current affairs lectures cover such kind of topics. The Levant region many times in news, it is basically the eastern coast, eastern part of Mediterranean Sea. Largely it is part of, we can say, West Asia. And yes, it is in news. Why? Because it is always in conflict. Israel, Palestine conflict, Jordan, Syria, Turkey, ये सारे conflict में रहते हैं countries, and that's why it is in news. So look at the first region along the eastern Mediterranean shores. Eastern Mediterranean shore. This is the correct answer. If you know current affairs, if you have read and immediately looked into the map, you can get this correct. Okay, so mapping section से current affairs से इस तरीके से question आते हैं. One of the example. Now look at this. Trick or treat. The new way of framing options by the UPSC introduced this year only. Look at the options. Only one pair is correctly matched. Only 2 pairs correctly matched. Here it is saying that not correctly matched. Again, only one pair, 2 pair. In these type of question, you need to know exact information about these pairs. Otherwise, you cannot use your elimination method or even logic. There is more probability that you will get wrong answer to this type of question, and many questions belong to geography. So that's why whether it is treat or trick, those students who attempted these questions and got them wrong, they were out of competition this year. Despite of their knowledge level, they could not clear this prelims examination. So knowledge is there, but we need to understand which question is to be attempted and which not. ठीक है, तो ये कौन सा skip करना है? Of course, some of the locations may be news, पर चारों के चारों याद होना या मालूम होना बहुत difficult है, and that's why you should skip such kind of questions. Here also reservoirs, although it is static, वो तो current affairs में कहीं ना कहीं wetland होता है, ये तो static थे, और उसमें से मैथुन maybe you may be knowing about this, और घाट प्रभा you may be knowing about this, but what about the remaining गांधी सागर and इंदिरा सागर? दोनों में confusion हो सकता है. That's why you should not attempt and skip such kind of question. This is taught here in the classroom itself. कौन सा question attempt करना है, कौन सा नहीं करना है. And yes, in prelims examination, we need to understand that concepts are also very important. अभी तक तो हमने factual देख लिया, current देख लिया and all these things. The way UPSC is framing questions. And yes, every year UPSC asks questions on the basis of, we can say, concepts. This is also very important. Look at this question. High clouds primarily reflect solar radiation, cool the surface of the earth. This is incorrect. High clouds basically absorbs the terrestrial radiations. ठीक है, ये जो infrared radiation emanating from the earth जो होता है, terrestrial radiation होता है. And low clouds have basically they reflect, and that's why it cools down the earth. तो इन्होंने interchange करके दोनों statement incorrect दिए. Now, you should have the conceptual understanding of such, we can say, phenomenon that are happening in the climatology part. This is taught in the classroom. ठीक है, NCERT में बहुत ही abstract way में दिया हुआ है, but you need to know it is taught in the classroom, and that's why for geography it is need of faculty. NCERT काफी abstract way में दिए गया है, information होता है. Okay, so yes, what do we proceed at Lukmaan IAS in teaching geography, especially for prelims examination? Understanding the demand of the examination, very, very important. Otherwise, we are preparing geography for any, let's say, graduation or post-graduation examination. That's not our target. We need to understand demand of UPSC examination. And how do we understand? By analyzing the trend, analyzing the previous year question. And this is what faculty is doing here, and we are providing directly inputs to you that this is the UPSC trend and this is how you should proceed. Conceptual clarity, very, very important for geography subject, because geography is where lot of phenomenon are there, और वो phenomenon समझना, processes समझना बहुत ज़रूरी होता है. Then only you can attempt the question, that too applied questions in prelims examination. Focus on important topics. We have identified some of the important topics, and we are coming up with this 100 topics program for prelims examination, wherein for geography I have identified most important topics wherein UPSC is asking more question and going into the depth, also the wider areas. So we will cover the wider areas of those topics, we will go in deep, and we will try to study these topics through MCQs. What I am planning to do here is, I will first of all give all the previous year questions in the start of the session. I will tell you that this is how UPSC is asking question from this area, and thereafter we will try to understand some concepts in the lecture. Thereafter I will give you some practice MCQ at the end. तो इससे क्या होगा ना कि आपका वो टॉपिक पूरा का पूरा तैयार हो जाएगा. And yes, study through maps. We have dedicated 3 sessions. 2 sessions out of them for static and 1 for current affairs, especially for mapping section, places in news. And this is how UPSC has also increased the weightage for mapping section. We are also focusing on that. This is the way we are going to proceed in those 100 topics, as well as we can say that other programs wherein geography is being taught at Lukmaan IAS. Fine. I hope that your doubts are clear. If you have any doubt, you can ask in the comment box and we will try to clear it. Thank you.
The first step towards achieving your dreams is having the right coach. Get the best education with Lukmaan IAS and make your UPSC dreams come true. Download the app now.